All right, guys. So I'm going to continue this argument on American Disabilities Act in the courtroom. I did some reading here, and it's called, I believe, the All Access Board, the U.S. Court All Access Board, right? I just read it, and I can't remember. I think it's Court All Access Board or something. That and the American Disabilities Act is where a lot of the courtrooms and courthouses get their policies from. Now, I was reading through that, and it doesn't say that courts have to allow a GoPro or a cell phone, smartphone with a camera, or any of that into the courtroom under the American Disabilities Act. It says a listening device. And so there's a thing called Court Smart. I think, yeah, Court Smart. And they sell through you can get it through your health insurance company, a infrared device that will assist you in listening and participating in court if you have trouble seeing or hearing. So you can get a device that's it's called assisted listening device you can take into the courtroom. So you can get those. Now people are coming up with the dumbest fucking analogies. Whoa, I guess redhead people, what if they can't own a judge says a redhead person can't own a home? What the fuck does that got to do with a listening device? Somebody else said, oh, what if a judge that you have a prosthetic leg and they say you can't come in with your prosthetic leg? It could be a weapon. Okay, that's a dumb analogy, okay? We're talking about allowing a recording device into a courtroom because it's your assisted listening device under the American Disabilities Act. That's the argument, okay? Not prosthetic leg. I made the mistake of using a cane as if the guy was blind. That was my mistake. That was on me. That falls on me because that's a dumb analogy. We're talking about a recording device that he wants to use as an assisted listening device. We're not talking about prosthetics. We're not talking about red-headed stepchildren. We're talking about recording devices that he wants to use as an assisted listening device. Now, there are assisted listening devices that he can get. The judge may not necessarily be violating his rights by not allowing a recording device like a smartphone with a camera into the courtroom without proper paperwork. What I mean by that is there are forms that anyone has to fill out. You submit them into the court and the judge will approve or deny your request to bring in a recording device. That's how like those news media people get in and today in the courtroom we have this testimony filmed or recorded because they filled out a thing for the judge, or sometimes the judge will just say this is a high profile case. Yes, I'll allow the cameras. But if the judge won't, then yeah, you fill out a form and the judge will approve or deny your request to bring in a recording device as a media person. But this judge had said, no recording devices allowed in my courtroom. And so therefore he would have to bring in a person to assist him, or through his insurance get an assisted listening device. Now the reason I'm harping on recording devices, if there are other people in that courtroom with social distancing that they're going to hear the cases on, and you have a recording device, that could be a violation of their confidentiality under the PII law, personable identifiable information, because you're recording the testimonies and you're violating the confidentiality of other people. You say, well, I'll just record their confidentiality. Well, yeah, a lot of people say a lot of shit and they do other stuff. So you may just go ahead and record every testimony that's in there. Hey, I'm recording, dude. Let's check this out. So the judge says to make it easy, no recording devices allowed in my courtroom. So all this shit about prosthetic and what if you have a prosthetic nose? Yeah, okay, then take it off. I don't know. But we're talking about recording devices. He wanted to bring in a recording device as a listening device. And there are, under the ADA, assisted listening devices that don't record. They're to assist you to listen or hear or see. And that's probably what the judge wants you to bring in, an approved assisted listening device. Or file the form and say, Your Honor, this is why I need a recording device. Get it approved or denied by the judge. But just to walk up and say, I need this to get in the courtroom. I mean, I could walk up with my iPhone 11 and say, I need it to get in the courtroom. It helps me I have problems. So under ADA, got to let me do it. That's not always true. They have to look at the reasonableness of that in assisting you with your disability. And a recording device isn't always a reasonable device in a courtroom to assist with disabilities. Does that make sense? Especially when they have specific assisted listening devices that you can get that don't record. Hopefully I made that clear. Thank you, guys. Let's keep talking.